Hi, I'm Rick Dior, and today we're going to talk about snare drum angle. This is a common question that I get asked on my YouTube channel, and so we're going to talk about this today. I have two different drums here. I have this Slingerland 12 by 6.5 drum, and then I have a Ray McKinley Ludwig 14-inch by 6.5 down there. We'll put up here later. So I play two grips, matched and traditional, all the time. For jazz, I mostly play traditional, and for playing rock stuff, pop, a lot of Latin, I'll play match grip. But I switch back and forth a lot. And I know a lot of you out there do the same thing. So snare drum angle can become a problem with those two grips. So today we're going to talk about remedies and solutions to problems you might be having. The first issue that you should think about is seat height. How high are you sitting? If you sit really low, then your angle is going to be different, obviously, than if you sit really high. I kind of sit medium. I'm sitting a little higher today, so you can kind of see the angle of my legs here. Sometimes I'll sit a little lower, but this is my little practice kit that I use here, and I like to kind of sit above those. So normally my sitting range will change 2 or 3 inches, just depending on, how I'm feeling on that particular day. I switched that up a little. But normally you don't want to sit too high so your leg is like that. I did a video a while back about drum set ergonomics where I talk about seat height, and I will post a link in the description from this video to that one. So anyway, this snare drum is a small 12-inch, like I said, and this is nice because it fits easily between my legs here. So for practicing, I use this a lot. When I use a 14-inch drum, because I'm a little guy, I'm about 5'7", I find that I have to open my legs up just a little, which can be fatiguing over time. So I use a smaller drum a lot of times when I'm practicing 5-6 hours a day. And this is that particular drum. Later on, like I said, we'll put that other drum up. So for my traditional grip, I like the drum to follow the angle of my hand. So we're not talking like that. I don't play like that. I play like this. So some folks used to that kind of method might call that dropping my hand. But believe it or not, this is the way that a lot of great drummers play, because when you play a little further down, that relieves any fatigue that you have to use to hold your arm out, which is a no-no. So my arms are basically really relaxed at my sides at all times. So this is my starting position, and then I bring up my hands, and that's what I got. So if you're ever in doubt, you put your arms down, bring it up, and the snare drum should be basically, parallel to your belly button, okay? So right where your waist is, pretty much. And when you play like that, there should be no angle that feels unnatural. Now, all of our bodies are different. Sometimes you might have really long arms. Some folks have really short arms. Our torsos are longer, our legs are longer. So I can't give you one particular way to do this that's going to make you comfortable. All I can tell you is the ergonomics as far as hand position that's going to cause you the least amount of strain and make it so you don't get tired. Especially as you get older, you want to play in a relaxed manner. And I just posted a video on that recently. So that's the angle. It's basically about maybe 5 or 6 degrees angle towards my right if I'm playing traditional with my left hand like that, okay? And then the right hand just comes in normal. Now when I play matched, if I use this particular setting, I'm having to strain my shoulder up just a little, like that. Now sometimes that's fine for short periods of time, so but if I'm playing a lot of match grip, I will just turn my drum like that. That's it. I don't have to adjust much. I could even do it while I'm playing a tune. Just take your drum and turn it. Okay? And there we go. And this particular angle is towards me about 5 degrees. Not away from me, towards me. So sloping this way. That's to facilitate rim shots. And that really, really helps with the match grip. So that's all I kind of do. It's pretty basic, right? Now for a cross rim click, you're probably going to be more comfortable doing that halfway in between like that. This isn't the best drum for that because I don't have a lot of real estate on there. So that angle is going to be important for comfort. And that's really, at my age, that's all I care about, is being comfortable. So that's something, if you're younger, you want to kind of get into the habit of doing. Now, I'm not one of these guys who takes a level and sets all their drums up. I know about folks like that. Everything, it takes 10 hours to set up their drums. I literally just plop them down, but I'm always moving drum sets. In fact, this is my little practice drum kit. This morning, I just had it in the other room, and 5 minutes, just take it in, plop it down, and I'm ready to go. That's one of the reasons I like this little tiny kit. All right, so I'm not going to spend a bunch of time, setting things up perfectly. I kind of just adjust to what's there. And really, when I lived in New York City, I would sit in a lot and play jam sessions, and there was always a house drum set. And the last thing you ever did was start moving stuff around, because the house drummer, that's a no-no. So I learned to play on all kinds of strange, even lefty kits, sometimes I'd play on. So that's something that's good to do anyway. So once again, just to recap, traditional, like that, okay, hopefully you can see that angle, follows the angle of my hand. And shoulder down, not up like that, but down. And matched, just tilt it, just tilt the angle of the stand. In other words, you're not changing anything, you're just moving that rod so the basket faces towards you. And that facilitates rim shots. Now, traditional rim shots, again, what you want to do is just practice those. From mild, which is barely touching that rim for the rim shot, to full out rim shot. When you're really going to town, you don't want to start missing those. All right? And then, even though I might have the drum tilted like this for match grip, I can still play that traditional. So. So that's fine as well. And I don't mind playing traditional on a flat drum. It's something I've gotten used to doing. The only problem is when you do have to play rim shots, that becomes difficult. And you're liable to miss quite a few as opposed to having it angled with the hand. And I like to play a lot of those harmonic rim shots. Those are rim shots that are really high up on the stick. I like that tone. As opposed to So that's kind of the Latin timbali thing there. All right, so when you're dealing with the 14-inch drum, once again, now your legs are going to be kind of spread out. I like to put the throw off towards me, like almost in my crotch area there. And I'm going to open up this basket a little. Now, obviously, because I had to open up the basket, the drum's a little lower. So then you're going to need to bring that up. And once again, waist level, like that. I'd prefer to have my snare drum for traditional a little higher. So there's my traditional stance with this bigger drum. I'm going to take this muffling off. This drum is super dry compared to the brass drum. Again, a little wider, makes me a little uncomfortable, but I obviously always use, normally I use a 14 when I play brushes and jazz. And matched, that's all you got to do, okay? So, So just try to remember that trick, okay? 5 degrees, turn it, matched, waist level, and you should be good to go pretty much your whole career.